Hi, everyone. Today, Dr. Sarah Yu, for U.S. Senator, as well as Dr. Sarah Yu show America Today and the world. We have a so special guest, delegate to join today. This is amazing day because, this trip, guest not easy to see. And so everyone, welcome to show. First, each guest introduction themselves, who they are, what their background, what kind of kernel, what kind of organizations they are now. Let's start. I'm former Congressman, Mr. Mark. Can you introduce yourself, and then we will hear from that.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show. My name is Mark Siljander, and in summary, I've had the privilege in America serving everything from a precinct delegate in terms of making some form of legislative policy to the State House, to the Congress, to the UN. And I look back on those years of serving and felt that there was something missing in the whole process, especially regarding peacemaking. And several of the gentlemen, revered gentlemen on your show, are involved in peacemaking and trying to bring people together. And it seems like politics, diplomacy, military and economic carrots and sticks, in other words, trade or sanctions for economic issues, pressures, or peacemakers or bombs, force in the military, they may work in certain instances, but one of the missing dimensions in statecraft, as we call it, would be a spiritual encounter. I don't mean religious, like Jewish, Muslim, Christian necessarily. What I mean is simply being friends, connecting on a prayer level, however one prays. And I've had extraordinary opportunities to pray with people from the Vatican to the Dalai Lama, just to some of my most favorite rabbis, to many Muslim scholars and leaders around the world. So I find that no one, generally speaking, is against some form of spiritual encounter or meditative prayer if it's sufficiently broad enough. Now, who cares about that? Well, in my experience in peacemaking, not peace dreaming or peace theorizing, but actually engaged in real life peacemaking, that this opens the mind and the heart of people when you want to be friends and breaking bread together and talking about family and struggles with some of the worst despot leaders in the world. And I find that they are more receptive than we may imagine. I've engaged in this process with Saddam Hussein's regime just before the war, with Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, and with Omar al-Bashir in North Sudan. And all of them was, except for Iraq, all of these engagements netted, in my view, a significant change of policy and behavior. For example, and I'll end with this thought, in North Sudan during the height of the Darfur genocide in Western Sudan, I met with Bashir and President or the Secretary General of the United Nations, then Ban Ki-moon, who's Buddhist, by the way, of background. He and I became close friends and prayer partners. And then I encouraged him to do the same with Bashir, Muslim, which sounds completely absurd, but it netted signing of deployment of the hybrid peacekeepers in Darfur. And similar stories in 6 other countries, which I won't bore you with. So my goal is to find humanity in even the worst people and find some kind of spiritual common ground. It doesn't have to be my spirituality, but some common ground in spirituality, particularly among the Abrahamic faiths, who I'll conclude at this time are either part and parcel of over 84% of the global conflicts. It's either Muslim, Christian, and or Jew against each other or amongst themselves. So I feel that faith or spirituality is a critical component, and if done properly, we've experienced extraordinary results, which include releasing of 52 hostages and people of faith who were wrongly imprisoned. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Congressman Mark. You are yesterday night, all night, I looking your YouTube. So anyone that more know about, Google on it, you know, YouTube, everything, what he discussion today is more deeply talking about. Please visit